Hype gives you that luxury boutique feel of a sneaker store, but within your local shopping center. Hey, what up, and welcome to another episode of Creased. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about something pretty special, and it all starts way back when, in 1998. Now, I'm trying to think, I think I was about 10 years old, 11 years old, something like that. Coming off the high of my first ever grand final in rugby league with the East Hills Bulldogs. Nah, let's not go that far back. But 1998, two sneakerheads head on a trip to Europe. And upon that trip, they just come across the sneaker world and how it is in Europe and decide, let's open up our own store when we get back to Australia. And they do that within Mossman. Pretty random spot, but that's where they open it up. Years later, we fast forward to 2023, and you cannot go to a shopping center without seeing a Hype store. In my local area alone, I want to say, let's say there's 3 shopping centers. There's probably one that you could claim, but not really. It's mainly just the Big W and Woolworths. But let's say in the 3 major shopping centers that we have, there's a Hype in all 3. Hype gives you that luxury boutique feel of a sneaker store, but within your local shopping center. If you don't live in like Melbourne, Sydney, where you'll get like your proper boutiques and that sort of thing, this offers you that feel, but it's accessible to everyone. That's why I like it. Plus, they do a really good members benefit program. To celebrate this 25 years, they've done a very special collaboration with New Balance. They've incorporated all types of local themes and animals and that sort of thing to get this palette, which I feel suits it pretty well. And I want to say that one of the staff members I know, he told me his ideas, and I honestly thought he might have designed this because it's almost exactly what he was talking about, except he wanted some kangaroo leather on there. Maybe they didn't want to do all that, but this has been in the works, as far as I'm aware anyway, since late last year. It was told to Hype staff members, and it's just really cool to see. You're seeing a lot of local collaborations lately. Obviously, Up There has the Backyard Legends 1 and 2. You're seeing a recent ASICS collab with Up There as well. Above the Clouds do an ASICS collab. There's a lot going on, but maybe this one gets overlooked because Hype has become so successful because they're in stores everywhere. But for me, I feel like this is cool because this is an all-store, in-store release plus online. It's a special collaboration. It's a really good shoe, and it's accessible for everyone. A lot of the time when they do these things, they're super limited, and you know, it's flash in a pan, but I just feel like this one's a little bit special. Let's check it out. Alright, we're on the way to Hype. We're going to check out the unreleased Hype collab with New Balance, the 2002 Rs. This is something I've known about for a minute. It was first mentioned with Hype staff, I want to say either late last year or early this year at a Hype conference. And then no design was released yet. And it's finally here, man. It looks really good. The quality of materials looks nice. You got the 25 hit on the back for the 25th anniversary. Let's go check them out. You never know, we might be able to leave with them today. We'll see. So I actually didn't get to get them that day. I'd gone a few different ways. I reached out to people and everything like that. Figured, look, the channel's getting to a point where maybe I'll try my hand at a couple things, get some early pairs and that sort of thing. But from what I saw around IG and everything, the early pairs had essentially already gone out. They came in a special black box and had all this packaging. And that got people excited for the collab too, because it just seemed like that little bit extra effort on it. But unfortunately, that was only for the seeded pairs. Now, the person I reached out to did not get back to me, but I believe the person I reached out to was on maternity leave. That's what I hear, so no grudges at all. But I went to 2 of my local stores, and the guys could not wait to show me the shoe. Like, I went to the first shoe, he showed me, got a little video which you'll see here, and both stores, like, they could not wait to show it to me. Obviously we've got a good rapport, I go in there and buy a lot of shoes. They also know about the channel, everything like that, but it just seemed like they were so stoked for the home team. Like, there was a bit of pride, like, for the company and everything, and it was just cool to see for me. But the day came, they launched on the Friday. I was hoping to get it all ready and have it done for the Thursday episode, even a Friday episode, but not to be. Let's check them out properly. Got a pair. We may have played a little bit of a joke on Adam. I basically, one of the guys at one of the hype stores had mentioned that my mate Adam was looking for them. So I stirred him up and said, "Are you getting these?" Apparently they put them aside for you. And he's like, "No, I just asked about them." I'm like, "Bro, they've put them aside for you and they're like selling like hotcakes. They want to know if they can sell them or not." He's like, "Oh, are you there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here now." He's like, "Oh, can you get them for me?" I'm like, "Alright." And he goes, "Oh, so they had 2 10s. I'm like, "No, you got the last one, bro. I've got to go to the other store just to get a pair." He's like, "Oh, if I'd known that, we'll go in the other store anyway. We'll get one from one from the other. Spread the love." And I'm going to take the camera in, get some nice little B-roll shots and all that. You've probably already seen them by now, but we did trick Adam a little bit, but I meant to get footage of me tricking him and everything, but never got around to it. He's got the pair, he's put them on feet. His first New Balance is this collab, and he's like, "Bro, they're so comfortable." I'm like, "Yeah, why do you think I was wearing the grey pair for so long?" But in our hype bag, Hype don't charge you for a bag either, unless they're meant to. I don't know. So many places you're paying like $200 something for a pair of shoes, and they want to charge you with a bag. Now these, from what I'm told, are an Australian exclusive. I'm seeing a lot of hype on New Balance pages, people talking about, can we get them, when will we get them, all this type of stuff. From what I know, it was only in hype stores. Every store got a size range. Some got 2, some got 5. Nah, not really. I think they range between like 20 and say 40 pairs. The pop-up that they did in Melbourne to celebrate it had about 200 odd pairs. But you also got, I think the first 20 purchases each day of the pop-up got a special like bundle and stuff. I have no idea what was in it, but the activation looked cool, and I wish I could have been there. I wish they did one for Sydney, honestly. I would have travelled down for it, but that's what we're looking at right here. And I said that people have been talking about these in like New Balance pages, mainly like European, UK type people, but there's a female that I follow on Instagram from New York. She was keen on these. So we have the New Balance 2002R Native Dynamics. For me, it gives that like sunburnt land type feel, you know, real Aussie crawl, but the materials are just insane. Now, I was curious about this. No, made in Vietnam. I was curious because someone said, oh, they might have done this just in Australia and made it here, and I'm like, I don't think they'd make them in Australia. Even the up there collab had made in Australia but wasn't made in Australia. Now, a lot of people have been saying that the only hits on it are these 25 on the front and the back. And they're like, oh, you know, is it really a collab? Is it just a special colorway? That sort of thing. The Up There collabs, from what I know, only said made in Australia. I don't remember them saying Up There on there anyway. But one of the coolest details for me, and it was shown to me by Ethan, works at Hype. I don't know if you can see that, but underneath the mesh, the pink goes across horizontally. That's pretty cool. That's not an easy detail to come up with. For me, like, colors like this I would not necessarily usually be into, the pinks, the purples, but I just think it works so well. And the 2002R is like a silhouette that I think it was my first purchase of 2023, the grey pair, and I wore them basically for the entirety of winter. So come real close a bunch of times, get the Backyard Legends. Never pulled the trigger, but these are amazing. Honestly, like, the quality of materials, being New Balance, being a collab, you're gonna get the best of the best on this shoe. And what's even better about it is you'll be able to get them. Like, if you go to your local Hype, you should be able to get them. I believe every size is available on the website right now. They did sell out initially and then come back. I dare say that's like in-store stock being put onto the website now. So, man, these are a great pair. They come with a bunch of different laces. So we got the initial purple ones, the stripe pair. We've got like more of a like khaki stripe pair, and then just a plain lace. For me, I never usually change the laces, but I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. You got another color Dubray there too, so it's like a purple Dubray instead of the pink. Although, what are we calling these? It doesn't say. New Balance, they'll have like, so 2002R HE. So I'm guessing they're using that H and the E, they're either ends of the Hype word. But usually within a New Balance shoe, that the letters at the end will be like describing the colors in somewhat. So I don't know, man. What do you think? Quality pair. Some little hidden details on it. A nod to an Australian sneaker store that did just start out as a small boutique in Mossman and grew into one of the biggest stores in the country. And they're in New Zealand now too. A lot of people would, overseas people watching this would be like, oh, Hype, you know, oh, that's a bit corny, like it's a Hype collab. What do you mean a Hype collab? Well, Hype DC is a store over here. It has been since 1998, and now they have their very own sneaker to go along with it. From what I hear, this will be the first of many collaborations too, so I'm pretty stoked with that. Let's get them straight on the feet and take them into some native dynamics, as they were intended. Don't tell me these don't look like the exact sunset that's happening right now. Like, fuck. Come on, man. The pinks, the greys, the smokiness. Perfect. Man. Just for the shots. Seems like a great time to talk about my partnership with Ethercare. This is my very last wipe from Lace Space, and just for those crazy shots that you got, we mucked up the shoe, so to clean it. But I did mention that a company had hit me up. It sticks and everything. I don't need a brush on these. Company had hit me up, they want to work, more of a partnership, everything like that. It'll benefit you guys as well. And I decided to go with it. I initially wasn't sure, so I didn't want anything to be inauthentic. But they assured me they'll let me do my thing and it'll benefit both of us. I spoke to a couple of guys that are already with the Ethercare team. They couldn't say any better things about them, so next time you see me doing this to a shoe, it's going to be with Ethercare products. And I've already got a couple of cool ideas to be doing with them. They really go in depth with their sneaker cleaning products, so when you're doing things like this, getting muddy and going near water and all that sort of stuff just for a shot, you need that type of thing, so stay tuned for that. I think what I love about these most is how accessible they are. You're getting something that, you know, usually with a hype collab or whatever, using the word hype is irony right now because, but the use of the word hype right there is irony. But usually when you get a collab or whatever, it's like, oh, if you know, you know, and all that type of stuff, and it almost feels like there's like gatekeeping around certain things like that. And for me, I think it's all bullshit. I'd much rather something like this where it's accessible to all. You can just walk into your local hype store, pick up a pair, and boom. It's a great neutral colorway with just those pops of color to make it a little bit more interesting. It's honestly something I would never usually wear, but for whatever reason it works, and I'm a fan. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. Peace.